What's up, big dog? Morning. You've been eating the middle of that hay bale? That's what it looks like you're doing, sir. Welcome back to another episode of Edge of the Forest Homestead. So welcome back, fellas. Ooh, it's a very, very humid day. It's already about 80 degrees, and a cold front should be pushing through tonight into the morning. So all that hot air is on its way down. So we're gonna get out here early, get the chores done, and get straight into this video. Bro, you're fat, dude. How'd you eat the hay bale from this side? Huh? You've been over here by yourself, dude. So what you got going on, bro? You ain't even had to be messing with the cows or nothing. You've been back here by yourself. Hay bale to yourself. You all right? Come on. Dude. So what happened on my last days off, I was getting everything situated. We figured out where the cows were getting out, or we thought so. Get more into that in a little bit. And I went ahead and set out a hay bale just in case, you know, they got out on my wife and she could run them back here into the woods. And she said, no, give me a second one. So I went, hooked it up to the second one, and I got halfway up the road. I was gonna set it in the barnyard, and I ran out of gas. And I didn't have time to go get another gas can. I go fill up another gas can. I had to get on the road. So it's been sitting here, and old Pepe's been tearing it up. But to start off the day with, we're gonna go ahead and get this hay bale back there in the barnyard, and we'll talk about what we left off on the last video. See if this thing starts. All right, so I'm gonna run to the house, and I got a small crescent so I can drain this bowl in this carburetor. Oh, this day's not starting out good. I'll be right back. That ain't gonna work. Let's try this again. These are metric. I need my standards. Try this again. All right, so y'all remind me next time, it is a 7/16 for the little drain plug for the bowl. Y'all remind me. We're draining this on the road, so eventually this is all gonna be rock, so I'm not really worried about it. All right. Whew. Let's try this again. Oh man. It wants to kick over. Oh man, now I gotta go get my jump box. All right, I found it. So the tractor has already been converted to a 12 volt. It was a 6-volt system. That means that the positive would be on the ground. It'd be backwards, but it's normal now. Well, normal for these times. That didn't work. Ran the old jump box. Did. Oh man, I need to go plug it up. And it has been sitting for about 2 weeks, and this fell off of the tractor. Oh, got a little water in it. It is a battery tender. I wonder why that's on there. Guess if you leave the tractor too long, it battery likes to get low. It's all happened because I ran it out of gas and I had to get back to work. Oh man, the life of an oil field farmer. Lady, you're being silly. So, I'm right in the sun. Let me get back a little bit. That's better. Yeah, I like that better. There we go. So, I've got my battery box on the charger. Probably take a couple hours and I'll get out there and we'll try to get that tractor started. So no moving that, but it's not the end of the world. And that wasn't going to be the main focus of the video anyway. So if you have caught my last video, I actually had to re-upload it because I did it while I was at work or after work. Internet sucks, and the video didn't come out right. It was kind of choppy. It was just weird. But anyway, so re-uploaded it. That should be out. That should have come out yesterday. So if you caught the end of that, I kind of went into what we're going to do on the channel, the outlook of the whole channel. Well, you know, kind of what we do here, what I want to get done, and what I want to get accomplished, I guess if that's what you want to call it. And I actually wrote a list, and I have it here in my pocket, and we're going to go over it. And it's all the things that it's like a dream list of things that I want to get done, but at the same time they need to get done. So for the video ideas, I've kind of broken them up into 2 categories. One would be a quick video and another one would be a long video, which would actually be a series, kind of like the X-Plays. I did a part 1 and part 2. When I first started the channel back during the pandemic, I think I did the chicken coop, the mobile chicken coop. That was like a 3 or 4 part series, and I kind of like doing those, but they take longer. And with my work schedule right now, it's kind of hard to put out videos more than once a week, so just bear with me. So some of the ideas for the quick videos would be when to buy cows, when to buy cattle. And the thing I like most about that is that if you're like me, when I first started, I knew nothing about cows. I grew up in the city. I had a lowrider, you know what I mean? Like, I didn't even think about the country, but my wife grew up in the country, and during the pandemic we came out here and we're staying on the place where she grew up. So that's how that happened. That's a little background on us. So we got very lucky when we bought cows, and I just want to share that with y'all so that y'all don't break the bank trying to get into cattle. Because in the homestead community, you know, you start out with chickens. That's everybody's first thing. Get chickens, and then you can upgrade to maybe goats and pigs, and then like the top dog would be, you know, cattle. You know, sheep's in there too, but if you got cattle, cattle's king, especially in Texas. So I kind of want to go over that. That'll be one video. I also need to trim the fence line. There's actually right behind me. All this section right here where the pigs were at, I need to go in there and clip all the yaupon. It's an invasive with some other saplings in there. There's like I think it's called it looks like a star. Have you ever seen like The Land Before Time, the tree star? It looks like that. Sweet gum, that's what it is, and it comes up in here. So we have sweet gum, this is a trash tree, and then we have yaupon. This is like a brush, and it just grows all in the pine tree forest, and I hate it. I hate it. I hate that word. I don't like to say the word hate, but oh, I very dislike yaupon. So I got to go in there and clean all this up because the pigs have been in there for a while. That's another video. I also need to show the regrowth of the pastures after you clip, and it's actually doing pretty good. The cows did get out again and they kind of ate it down, so we'll probably wait another 2 weeks. When I come on my next hitch, I'll show you the regrowth of the pasture after you clip. Another one would be like how to start a small farm. What are the steps to do to get started? You know, where do you go? Like, oh, I've got money. Yeah, of course you need money. And then what do I do with it? And a way that I can tell you my mistakes and to where you're not wasting money. I think that's the big part of it. Another one is this winter, I always trim our pecan trees, and we're actually gonna have a good year on pecans. It rained all year, and the previous 2 years we were in a drought, so we didn't get any pecans. So hopefully we'll get pecans this year, and then after we pick, then I will trim all the pecan trees in the front, and I will go over with that. I will go over all of that with you, because I actually work with an arborist during Hurricane Harvey, and I did a lot of tree trimming. I've done a lot of stuff in my life. It's not just oil field. So that'll be another video. And then another one is going to be how we raise pigs in the woods. And people think that, oh, you get 2 pigs, you put them in a pan, you feed them out, and you leave them in there, and they're just nasty animals. No, pigs are actually very clean animals, and they actually will pick a corner to potty in, and they will root everywhere else. They're actually very, very clean. They just, if you lock them in, hey, it'd be like if you locked yourself in the restroom. Could you imagine having to eat and do your business in one room for your whole life? Yeah, it's not a good thing. So I want to go over that, and I have over 4 years of footage of raising pigs in the woods. So that'll be a good video. And then I also need to brush hog the winter pasture before we move the cows back over there, because I don't know what's growing in there, and we've fed out so many hay bales. I just kind of want to get that all knocked down so that there's not some nasty stuff in there that could probably make the cows sick or anything like that. So that'll be a big thing. We'll walk around the winter pasture, and we'll check that out. I'll get that brush hogged, and then we'll move the cows over. So that's another thing for the winter. Now, other small videos, like I said, a small video, it'd be something that I can accomplish in one day. Like this video here, I'm going to accomplish this in the morning. I'll go and eat lunch. I'll do a little bit of editing. I'll come out if I need to add anything, especially like, you know, we gotta get the tractor started. Once that gets done, and you know, and then I'll close it out in one day and edit it in one day, and then I'll put it in the archive, and then it'll get uploaded, you know, on a Saturday. Well, let's go ahead and jump into the long videos. One of the main things out here that really bugs my wife is that we lost a bridge during the pandemic. The water was too high. We had a beaver problem, and they dammed up the emergency spillway, so the bridge that goes across the big pond was underwater and actually rusted, split in half. I actually still have it. I might have some footage of that, but yeah, it's over there by the barn, and I just need to get, you know, some more metal or maybe make it out of wood. But that's something that my wife has been on me for the last 4 years, and I owe it to her. You know, she grew up with that bridge going across the pond. That's another one, but I'm pretty sure I can't do that in one day, so that will be a multiple part series. We'll look out for that. Another thing is I want to turn the barn into an old western town. I don't know if you've ever seen MTV Cribs. I'm kind of showing my age here, and it had, I think it was Dale Earnhardt Jr. He kind of had a little town, and it just like, you know, the flat front walled buildings with a little roof and a little porch, you know what I mean, and that was it. So I've already started doing that. I have the roof up. I just want to put the old style boards up and kind of put a name on it and all this stuff. It'll be the feed store, and on the other side I want to do like maybe general store or, you know, something else like that. That's another long format video. You know, to be broken up into a couple parts, and I want to do that, but I'm going to wait until winter because it is too hot to be out there building stuff. Another one would be to clean the pond edge. I need to go, and I haven't done it in 2 years. I was doing it for the first 2 years, but then I got back in the oil field, things got tough, and I haven't been able to do it. But I need to go with my pole saw and possibly hire some help, you know, maybe like an excavator with a little mulcher head on it or something, and we've got to clean these ponds up. And of course that is not something I can do in one day, so that's going to be a multi-part series. And hopefully when we do the longer formats, you won't have to wait Saturday to Saturday to get that video. Hopefully I could do like a Saturday and a Wednesday, and then by next Saturday we close it out, so it'll be like a 3-part series. You're going to get it within a week's time. That's the goal for me. Also, speaking of some help, I have quoted a bunch of people about forestry mulching, because we have all pine tree forest, and like I said, the Yaupon takes over. I can only do so much by hand. I definitely need some help, and if we do rent a person to come out or hire a person to come out and do forestry mulching, you are definitely going to get a video. And I promise you it's going to be a night and day difference, because I need more grass. There's only so much of the front yard that I can graze before the cows end up in the woods with the hay bale. You know, I feed hay year round, because they have to come to the front, eat a little bit, you know, for a couple days. Then I put them in the woods on a hay bale. Once they eat it down, I might move to another hay bale somewhere else in the woods, you know, further on another side, so they just don't trample it all. And then we leave the hay this out there, and then eventually grass grows where the hay was. It just kind of works out there. But I need more pasture, definitely. So we are going to be doing some forestry mulching. Nothing, no big trees, just the brush and the I keep forgetting it, the tree star stuff, the sweet gums, all that stuff, all that needs to go. So that'll be another one. And then the biggest one that I want to get done this winter is building a corral system. We actually had our first calf this year, baby Juno, and he was a surprise. I didn't know my bull could do it. They were all yearlings when we bought them. That Ribeye the bull, oh, he was the smallest thing in the world. But that is why I got him, because he is our heifer bull. He will always be a heifer bull. He will live his days out on this farm. He will die on this farm, you know, of old age, because we always going to need a heifer bull. And if you're not familiar with what a heifer bull is, that means that it's a low birth weight animal. It will throw low birth weight calves. So it's a smaller framed animal. He is Longhorn Corriente cross, and he is perfect. Even the big guys use it when they do their first year heifers bred. They'll throw a Longhorn out there. You know, ask your Black Angus guys. They like Longhorns. Don't let them lie to you. But after that, then you can put your big beef bull on them, and that's where we're gonna go. So anyway, we had that calf. You know, Ribeye did it, and I need to be able to doctor him. That's another video that's gonna be short form. He has to get his first shots. Actually, I already have him bought. I just need to wrangle him up, and we're gonna do that, me and the wife, when she has a day off. Like, she works a lot. She don't work a lot. She cuts hair. She just be playing at her shop. But don't let her see this. Don't tell her. Yeah, so definitely the corral system. We are going to end up getting more cattle. We do have the pigs now. We do have chickens. We had goats at one time, and that failed horribly. I would like to eat goats again, but that's a totally different story. But eventually, we're going to have all cattle. The whole property will be forestry mulch. All we have is the big pine trees. It'll look like a park, and it'll have grass everywhere. It'll be savanna style, you know what I mean? Or silvo pasture, if you're unfamiliar for that. The silvo pasture is just grasslands underneath the canopy, and you kind of thin the trees out, and it's beautiful. That's my goal for this place. I owe it to my wife's family that worked on this land before me to do it. You know, they had it like that at one time. It's my job to keep it going for the next generation. So that's a big deal, you know. So having that corral made is going to definitely help with all the new cattle that we're going to have here. Because like I said, it's going to be a cow-calf operation. That's where I want to be. I want to go out there, set a hay bale, you know what I mean, feed every now and again, you know, if they need it, have a place to doctor them, and then I just rotation and graze around the entire property, and then the ecosystem just gets better and better and better. You know, that's our goal for this place here. So that's just a little bit of my list. This list is definitely going to get better. Hopefully a lot of this stuff I can finish before the end of the year. I feel like it's attainable with how many videos I put out. You know, I only do 4 videos a month every Saturday, and I like to cook too also, so I'm gonna throw those out there. You know what I mean? I love my pellet grill. You know, I cook chicken, and wait till we do Thanksgiving, you know, I'm gonna put a turkey on there also, and anything else we do, you know what I mean? I like to put the cooking stuff up, because I feel like as a man, you get into cars or you get into smoking meat, you know, when you get to that certain age. But yeah, I think that's gonna be it. Like I said, this list gets bigger and bigger and bigger, and we will try to chip at it and give y'all some good content at the same time. I just feel like this place is too nice not to share it with you guys. I appreciate you hanging out with me. I know this was kind of a fail with the tractor at the beginning of this video, and then I did a lot of talking. I can talk your ear off, but I feel like if I'm teaching y'all something, it's worth it. So remember, like, comment, subscribe, and you'll never miss another video. See you on the next one.